So we will start with the session, Excel session. Maybe till now, up to the last classes, we have discussed something like what is VBA, VBE, VB editor, and we have written small program. My first Excel program, how to print in a particular string in a message box, and then printing some data on Excel sheet. Okay, and we have seen how to print 1 to 10 numbers, and we have seen how to print stars. Also, we have seen how to print even or odd numbers, right? So today, right, again we will see the basics of programming. We will not be going in depth of the programming. See, I am adding a new module over here. Okay. See, first when we are starting the program, today I want to print the numbers from 10 to 9, not 1 to 10. Okay. And again, this is how runtime we will accept a number. Suppose say 50, 50, 49, so on to 1. Okay, like that. Okay. So to start with the program, we can start our program similar to our ASC subtask, right? A task means some main function and end function. Similarly, we have in VP called as sub and give some uh, sub program name. You can give any name whatever you want except keywords and data type names. Print numbers in reverse. Okay. Here you can use public also, not a problem. If you have not specified as a specifier, by default it will accept public as a class specifier. Okay. Okay. Now see, I want to print numbers from in reverse, some 50 to 1, right? So I want to declare a variable. To declare a variable, we have something prototype called dim, D-I-M, declaring some dimension to a variable. Okay, dim integer. Okay. And see, in previous classes we have discussed about the input box, right? We have seen how the input box is working. Now see, we will see something different. We will accept number runtime through Excel sheet. See, suppose if you are giving some number over here, suppose A1, if you are giving a number over here, so it will start from 50, so on, it will print like that. We will see something different other than input box. So whatever the number present on this cell, right? It will take that number to bnum variable. Okay. So if the number was not there, if it is blank, you need to validate, right? Write a if condition to validate if the number is present or not. Bnum not equal to empty. Okay. Then empty. Okay, I am printing message box first. just only to check whether something was given or not. Okay. As of now, we have 50 on the cells of A 1 comma 1. Cells of 1 comma 1. Okay. I'm trying to execute it step by step. See, first step. To execute step by step, we need to use F8 functional key. Okay. Next step. Okay. On the cells of 1 comma 1, whether it is seeing whether is there any number present or not. Okay. See, I'm also telling you another thing. See, without executing this step, we have something an option. Okay, I'll tell you. Type a question mark. This is called an immediate window, and you are giving that part of that code. If you press enter, right, it will display the value in that. See, suppose during some execution, during program execution time, right, you will be debugging the program. So you want to know what is the value present in that particular string variable or something. So you can make use of this immediate window function. Type a question mark and give a statement and press enter. Okay, it will give you a value over there. See, now I press a F8. We have 50. In the
So how to get the immediate?
we have view and immediate or control plus T. Okay, you can toggle. So, on the first step, right, I am validating using the if function. If that particular variable vnum is not equal to, we need to put less than symbol and greater than symbol. This is the syntax in VB. Okay. See, it is telling type mismatch. Why? Because I have declared vnum variable as the type as integer, data type as integer. So it cannot be a null, but it can be like something like this. Okay. Or you can use another function also. Just in the first statement, right? You want to check and accept without null. Okay, that is the reason. I'm taking the control onto again first step, and again I'm coming here, right? Okay, and it is going to display 50. Now we want to print 50 number. So how can we print? Inside the if condition, now we are writing a loop, right? So you can tell me which loop you want me to use. We can use for loop, while loop, do while loop. So which one you want? For loop. Okay. Message box just again. So I want to declare one more variable.
Record చేస్తున్నాను video.
Yeah, I'm recording. I want to make use of this variable for v start number is equal to from where we need to start from the variable which we stored runtime to 1. Okay. Next. Minus. We need to print starting from the row 1, right? See here we have total of 3 variables. One is vnum. We are accepting a runtime number from the user sheet. We are accepting number from the runtime from the user sheet. And see, first condition we have verified whether if there is any number present or not. Even you can give message if that is null or something. You can give a message to user that type a number on the A1, 1. Okay. If a number is present, then we are looping. We are starting with the for loop. For we start number is equal to from where it has to start from 50 it has to start. So 50 is present in the variable v num. So how to step? We need to step -1 because 50 49. We need to print 49. For that we need to step -1. Okay, step -1. So we are stepping -1, and where we have to print that values, we need to print on this cells again, right? So active sheet dot cells of row number. See, row number I have taken as 1. V R W N U M, and in that variable I am having value 1. Okay, comma 1. So this is row index and this is column index. On the column A and each row you want to print the numbers. Okay, and see we have to increment row number, right? Because if we don't increment row number, it will continuously print numbers on only one cell. For that purpose, I have declared a variable called vrwnum. So I am incrementing that row number. Okay, so now see. Right, it has captured 50 now. Okay, it was not 0, and not null, VB null, not blank or null. Okay, next step.
VB null means blank. Huh? VB null means blank.
VB null is blank. Syntax problem.
V row number equal to row number plus 1. V row number equal to row number.
Row number ఎందుకంటే first time we need to print 50 and the row 1. Next time we need to print row number 10, row number 2, 49. So we need to increment the row value. That is the purpose. That is the purpose I have taken this one.
Active sheet
చెప్తాను మీరు we will do something. We will do something. We will write a while loop. Okay. Instead of this for loop, we will write while loop. We will see why for loop is not coming. I hope for loop has having some problem. I'll tell you the logic for for loop also. But before that, I'm telling you making use of while loop. Okay, while loop. While I have given condition like this, we are accepting a number into bnum variable, and we are seeing we are telling condition something like greater than 1. Till it is greater than 1, the while loop should run. The while loop should do each one by one. So while looping, right, I am printing the number something like this: active sheet dot cells of v row number v row number comma 1. Row number is, you know, that it is a row index, and 1 is something here called column index, and we are printing bnum. So while printing, right, logic is like this: you need to decrement the value in the variable bnum step by step -1, and you need to increment this row number +1. Okay, now see what will happen. Okay, the number is 50, and it is greater than 1, so that it has came inside the row. Okay, now we are going to print. Already number 50 was there on A1 comma 1. Okay, right. Now it should decrement the number 49. The value should be 49 here. Yes, 49. And this row number, right? Now it has printed value on 1 comma 1. It should increment now 2 comma 1. Right? Now it will print 49 on row number 2, row index 2 and column index 1. So on it will print the numbers. Right? So if you want to continue the program without putting the breakpoints, remove the breakpoints and click on F5 or trigger the run button here. So it has print all the values. See, here it has printed up to 2, right? So we need to change slightly the while condition. How we need to change? Can anyone tell? We need to print 1 also. Yes. Okay. Right? You got it? So we will see in next class see why for loop is not coming. We need to work on the for loop logic also. I'll tell you that. Okay. So now we'll make use of if condition like this. Okay, we will write two conditions like this. We can use easy empty also. We have used VB null, right? We can make use of easy empty also. Okay. We are using something called is numeric now. We can give some user friendly message. See, while displaying the message box, right, we can view the message, user friendly message like this. See, when searching on the web forms, right, something, right, it will show you the cross mark. The cross mark indicates that you have entered value other than expected value. So, in that case, right, for user friendly messages, you can type like this: VB critical, VB information. VB information means it will come something after executing something, right? You have done all the process correctly, so it will show you, it will represent some information kind of message. Okay, now we will see what will happen. See, now I'm not giving numeric type of value. as we have accepted type as numeric, right? It was giving error there only. We can handle this condition something like this. We copy this thing and you paste it here and take this condition. In real time, right? We need to work something like this. Okay. Now see. Now what happens? It is not numeric, so that it has went away. Okay. It has come to the else condition. It is showing, see, it has shown the cross mark. You have not entered the numeric value. Okay. We can also modify this function in such a way that, see, here we have written something, right? Entire this thing, entire this block of code, you can put here. If it is numeric, it can do like this. If it is not numeric, it will enter the else condition. This is something called nested if else. One if condition, it is validating. If it is correct, it will go into the inner if condition and it will do accordingly. And while writing program, right, see, without making confusion, you can write something like this. See, one if condition, press a tab, so that, see, this is the starting of the outer if condition and this is the starting of the inner if condition. It will execute this if condition, and then if the first condition is not satisfied, then directly comes to the else block. Okay, else block, and it will print the statement. It is a good practice set. You can know where your function, where your if conditions, where your looping conditions will start and ending. Okay. Fine. See, the next program, right? In the previous class, we have tried stars printing something like this. First row 1 star, next row 2 stars, right? So now we will see something in reverse. If we give 5, first row it has to print 5 stars, next 4, 3, 2, 1, so on. So how to print like that? We can make use of this function. Okay. In one module, right, you cannot have two different functions with the same name. You need to differentiate the function name also. The function name or the subprocessor name. Okay. So I'm removing the condition here. So what is happening in this case is, till here, right, we are executing, we are accepting something like this. Okay. We are creating the object for particular sheet called sheet 2, and we are accepting a runtime input, say 6, and click on OK button, input box, and it is going to clear the content in that particular sheet. we are going to activate that particular state, and we are coming from row number is equal to 1. We are assigning the values to the variables as column number and row number as 1 1. Okay. So here what to do? So we need to print stars in reverse. Okay. How to print? Yeah. We need to write a inner loop again. Okay. I want to make use of another variable here. We have one more called column number. That's fine. Already a variable with column number is present. Okay. I want to make use of that column number. I want to make use of that variable. So how many columns you want to iterate? You want to iterate per. You want to iterate per. I will comment here. Starting from the 1, you want to print up to 6 cells. Okay, 6 columns. Okay. Logic will be a little confusion, but please see, you can do it. Next. So how to print here? We have created an object for that particular sheet, right? So we can make use of that particular object, or you can even give active sheet dot cells of. Okay, I'm making use of that object. Okay. So what is our row index can be here to print the stars? Okay, we will try. We will see. Is equal to, as we are printing some string kind of thing, I'm giving like this double quote. So to print any text, right, we need to go double quotes. Okay, let us see how this works. So what is the value in this start row? It is 1. And what is the value in this here? 6, right? So let us see how this works. Column number 1, and here row number 1. Okay. Might be something should be changed. We will see. Okay. Here actually the column number should be 1 only. Row number should be 1. This is row index and this is column index. Right? Once inner loop 6 number of stars are printed, it has to come to outer loop. See, it has printed 6 stars. Now it has to go to the next row. What is the next row? Row number 2. So we are having row number 2 here. Okay. Here column number 7 is there, right? Don't confuse. If I press on F8, right, the value will be changed. 2. Okay. Now what will happen? Where it has to print? Here. See. Okay. So on. Fine.
So we are writing only those are per column and other column is row.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Even that I have printed this pattern, right? Print in the this pattern. The value in the F column should come on the A. Value in the E column should come on B. Something like different. So programming like whatever we think, however we want to print it. So my logic might be different. Something what you think. So your logic might be different. Might be what I think. So everyone has a unique programming thinking. No two members programming knowledge, right? Thinking, right? Cannot be same. Okay. And any questions here? Right, see this loop. How to make use of loops and what are the values storing in this variable? How it is storing? How the loop is getting iterated? How it is printing on the for loop and for loop, outer for loop, and how it is coming to the inner for loop. Do you have any questions? Because there should be many questions when you are working. So today I told you this program, right? You need to practice this. If you practice right, you can get n number of doubts. Basing on this loops, right, many BPO programs will have something, even say one project which has some business, it will, if you trigger our macro, it will run for at least 1 hour. 1 hour. Sometimes right, we will write very large scale macro, baby scripting, we will run something in the night time while we are leaving office. So it will complete in the morning daytime, from 6 to 7 hours. But a lot of effort is required because there might be suppose a 2 lakh or 3 lakh crores. For 2 lakh or 3 lakh crores, they need to see some fund values. If this fund value is matching, fund administrator is matching, he need to populate in some other shape. From there, he has to do some function called SAR function. From the values which he got on the sheet, he need to make some pivot and he need to present that to a senior manager, and we can write an Outlook program. You have seen email concept, right? We can trigger an email from VB also. You can trigger that email and final report as an attachment in that email can be sent to any particular persons. Like that. Even we can say this values, whatever the values they are performing a reconciliation right in a database also, in a MS Access database, in a SQL Server database, like that. See, first five things, right? We have completed these five things, and see arrays, right? I'll tell you sometime later because we are starting as a beginners, right? If I tell something like arrays or something, you cannot understand as of now. But see, we will see what is a switch case. And in loops, right, we have seen for loop and while loop. But for loop, we are able to step -1 correctly. But in the previous program, we are unable to step -1 correctly. In previous, we have made step +1. It has executed, but step -1 is not executed properly. I will tell you that later. Okay. And do while loop. We need to work on do while loop also. Do while loop also. Do and while. The syntax is something like this. When you write while loop or for loop, right? compulsory if the condition is satisfied only, it will come to the inner loop. But when it is do while loop, right, even though if the condition is not satisfying, it will execute the first line of statement. It will be something like this. Yeah. Do some condition will be specified over here. This is optional actually. We need not specify this condition also in the do while loop. If you specify the condition here itself, right, it will validate the statement while executing from first. If you have not specified, you have an option to specify later. We can specify condition like this. And yeah. Okay, here you can write the statements whatever you want. Okay. This do while loop I will tell you sometime later. And we have something other concept in looping statement. See, suppose you are printing stars like this, right? So in a particular condition, so conditions might come like this. So after printing some 3 rows, you do not want to print, or there is some condition that should break the printing stars in the next line. So how to handle that condition?
ఇప్పుడు చెప్పారు కదా స్టార్స్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఏ స్టార్స్ మొత్తం రావాలంటే దాంట్లో ఏం చేంజెస్ చేయాలి? ఈ స్టార్స్ కొద్ది వరకే వచ్చాయి కదా, ఇప్పుడు దానికి ప్రోగ్రామ్ మనం చేశాం. ఏ స్టార్స్ మొత్తం రావాలంటే 6 కాకుండా నెంబర్ 10 మొత్తం అంటే అప్ టు 10 20.
అప్పుడైతే ఇక్కడ మీరు రన్ చేస్తారు కదా, రన్ టైం అప్పుడు ఇక్కడ ఇప్పుడు నేను ఇక్కడ 6 సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకున్నాను. ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఒక 50 సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకోండి. 50 సెలెక్ట్ చేసి ప్రింట్ చేయండి. That depends again on your runtime input and how you want to make the program. See, ఇప్పుడు నేను 50 ప్రింట్ చేశాను అనమాట. 50 times the loop is going to run. Okay. But at some point of time, at 25th row, I want to validate some condition. I want to break the loop. Ikkada you can write a small condition over here. If we have something called exit bar. So even if he is trying to print more number of rows, right? I'm actually giving some 30 here. Okay, but it will come only up to wait. We'll put a condition over here. So one more thing here is putting condition is important. We need to put this condition in inner purpose. I'm putting a breakpoint here, so we can observe what and when it has to stop. You should not print 30 rows now. See, it is equal to 27 because the inner for loop is holding this value. The outer for loop is not holding this value. So see, now see, if you see exactly here, just printed. Okay, that 30 is correct. See here, here 26 rows iteration it has went, but on the 27th it will fail. It will come out of the loop. It won't print 27th row. Okay? It It is exiting for
it is printing same rows in the 1 to 7 in the 1 to 7 rows. It is printing the same number. But
number.
in row number 1 to 7.
Yeah.
It is printing the same 1 to.
First, our aim is to print 30 stars on the first row.
Okay.
But when it is coming to 27th row, we are breaking the for loop without printing 30 rows. Okay.
If you want to execute all rows and columns, what we should press star.
First thing is that don't write exit for statement. Okay. And also next thing is that if you remember right, we have discussed about the data types, integer, and the integer can hold only up to 64,536, right? And our Excel has 10 lakh rows, right? 10 lakh rows. And so for your question, the answer is that the first I want to question you. So we need to print all the data. So which data type we need to make use? We are making use of integer, and I am telling that integer can print rows up to 65,000 rows only. But we have here 10 lakh rows. So how to print entire 10 lakh rows? So for your question, right? First thing, right? We need to comment this because we should not break the we should not break. And next thing is that we need to enter 10 lakh rows. Okay. 10 lakh some 48,000.
అంటే ఇట్లా నెంబర్ ఇయ్యాలా లేకపోతే
నెంబర్ ఇవ్వాలి కదా, నెంబర్ ఇవ్వకుండా ప్రింట్ చేయాలి కదా.
అంటే నాకు తెలిసి ఏంటంటే ఇప్పుడు మనం ఏమన్నా నెంబర్ టోటల్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ ఉన్నాయి అనుకోండి, స్టార్ సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకుంటే మొత్తం వచ్చేసి అని
నెంబర్ ఇవ్వాలి కదా. నెంబర్ ఇవ్వాలి ఖచ్చితంగా. నేను ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ ఒక వాల్యూ ఎంటర్ చేశాను. కెన్ యూ టెల్ దట్ ఇఫ్ ఐ హావ్ ఎంటర్డ్ వాల్యూ హియర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు ప్రింట్ ఆర్ నాట్? ప్రింట్ చేస్తుందా ప్రింట్ చేయాలా చెప్పండి. First thing is that we have declared a variable type as integer, right? Integer can hold only 65,536. Okay. And if you want above that value, what is the data type we need to make is long, right? Obviously.
One more for all variables.
All the variables, because right, we row number, we column number, everything will be incrementing, right? We need to specify long as data type.
ఇంటీజర్ అంటే 65,000 వరకు వస్తాయి. అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఇంటీజర్ దగ్గర అన్ని లాంగ్ ఉంటాయి.
యా కరెక్ట్.
నేను ఏమనుకుంటాను కానీ ఇంటెలిజెంట్.
So let us see what happens. Now say our Excel will go for each row and each column, and it has to print, right? It will take some time. Let me see what happens. Sorry. The columns, right? So coming to your question. Columns we have only 16,536 columns, but we have given stars to print 10 lakh, so it cannot print. That is the reason after printing on the 60, if you see how many columns are present, right? 16,384. We have only 16,384. Wait, we will execute program like this. 16,384, right? Now it will start. 16,384, 82, 81, so on. It will print that many of stars. But say it will take at least 5 minutes. And see, this is called programming, right? When we have a requirement, we write some code, right? Don't think that the code has ended there. Okay, we'll have much like of thinking. See, first thing that to print stars on entire sheet, I have given 65,000 and 10 lakh. But 10 lakh is rows, not column. We are printing stars on each column. Okay. So if you give 10 lakh value in the row in the column index, it will not take. So I have given now 16,000 some 384. Even the Excel will get stuck like this. It is the process is taking some time, right?
ఇప్పుడు ప్రతిసారి ప్రోగ్రామ్ రాయాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు, మోడిఫై చేసుకుంటే సరిపోతుంది. రికార్డింగ్ రిక్వైర్
and remember, right, when you write some loops, right, that may take infinite loop. So better entente first when you are writing some looping kind of thing, especially put some breakpoint. You can observe what are the values are going inside the loop. So outer loop, inner loop. So first put a breakpoint in inner loop itself. The first condition loop is satisfied, it will comes to inner loop. So inner loop it is printing some value. You can see put some breakpoint and outer loop, because inner loop might execute something like this 16,536 times. So see whether it is coming correctly to the outer loop like that. So then only click on F5. Else if you are clicking on F5, right, the Excel will get stuck like this. After some time, right, it will say some timeout error or something. Okay? And also Excel will close abruptly without giving a message. So what happens? It will not save at that point of time. Whatever the code you have written, it will lost. So you need to take care of those things before executing program. After writing code, you need to save the Excel. So the data in Excel plus the code on the VB editor will be saved automatically, and our code on set too. Here better, right? I need to break the execution. Even the database, right? If we are sometimes, right, the server might say server is busy or something. That is due to sometimes because of maintenance work as we know. Suppose if we take IRCTC website, evening from 11:30 to something 1 o'clock, it will not work. Right? Maintenance kind of activity will be done. Similarly, when you are retrieving data from a database, right, we have some 5 lakh rows in the database in a particular table. If you simply write a statement, select star from table, it will take long time for that query to run and display the rows on information on that particular database editor. Our Excel also does the same thing, because this is also a database, and this is called unstructured database. Control అంటే ఇది ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ బ్రేక్ చేసి మధ్యలో అది ట్రై చేసి the error I discussed yesterday has come. The case thing is that without stopping Excel, right, our program has terminated. To stop execution in between, right, press Control break or Control end. So execution will be stopped in the middle.
Control end.
Control end. Break unte break, ledante end button. Control end. And see, to break To break the loop, when you execute for statement, it is exit for, and when you write the while loop, right, to break the execution during the while loop, it is end loop. End loop will break the execution during if you execute the statement in while loop, and exit for break the execution in for loop. Today I will tell you some, one more thing called protection to Excel and macros. Okay. See, we have written some code, right? When we are giving to users, right, we, along with Excel sheet, our code also will be given to them. So if the user is modifying something in the back end VB editor, and tomorrow he comes back with email or something saying that your code is not working properly, it is a big headache in BPO industry. So in order to come out of those situations, right, we have something called protection to the macros. We have an option in tools and macros. Sorry, tools. We will provide properties. And here see, here there is a tab called protection, right? The protection tab you can give like this. But remember, you should not forget the password which you are giving. You do not have options called forgot password in Excel. Okay, I am giving a simple password called 123. I suppose file usage, but you cannot break the code. ఎందుకంటే ఇది వేబీ ఎడిటర్ ఓపెన్ అవ్వాలి. See, now somebody, the business guys are the whoever uses Excel sheet, right, the user, right, tries to open the VB editor. It will ask for password. Until unless you give the password, the user cannot see the code. So you need to maintain privacy regarding this with the business users. You cannot give the password. If at all, right, sometimes, right, they will tell that our team has a developer and I can develop. So in that cases, you need to get a email from them with respective managers. So we are not giving the password again. We should write the password and we need to give the unprotected sheet to the business users. So it is their headache. So tomorrow again, right, if they come and say this function is not working, we will have that email and we can tell them already the code was given. This cannot be break. Now, right, if you want to see the code, give the password and click OK. అవును ఓకే ఓకే ఫైన్ ఓకే ఇవాళ ఏం చేద్దామంటే ఇప్పుడు చెప్పిన ఇఫ్ కండిషన్స్ ఒకటి లూప్స్ ఒకటి ఇవి మళ్ళీ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి బికాస్ నేను చెప్తా ఉంటే కనుక ఇట్లా చెప్పినట్లు ఉంటుంది మీరు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తే కనుక చాలా డౌట్స్ వస్తాయి ఓకే
అది టెక్స్ట్ లో కాపీ చేసి ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ అంతా ఈపీ ఎడిటర్ కదా దాని కంట్రోల్ టెక్స్ట్ లో పేస్ట్ చేసి మెయిన్ చేయాలి.
ఓకే ఫైన్. ఇది క్లాస్ అయిన తర్వాత ఎక్సెల్ అక్రాస్ గా సెండ్ చేయండి. అప్పుడు ఏంటంటే అందరికి కోడ్ ఉంటుంది. అవుతుంది మళ్ళీ దీంట్లో చేస్తాను ఫోటో మీటింగ్ అయింది నిన్న రేడియో చేసాను అందుకు So for today, I'm ending the session then.